Hey everyone, and welcome back for another deep dive. We always try to bring you the most interesting stories, and today is no exception.
I'm excited to get into this one.
Yeah, this one is really fascinating. So we're heading over to the San Francisco Bay Area for this one. Um,
Okay.
there's a story about this 5-day consular service camp,
hmm
and it's specifically for the Nepali community.
I've heard about this.
And get this, applications for passport renewals were completely booked in just 2 hours
Wow.
of opening.
Yeah, I saw that. That's incredible. What kind of demand are we talking about here?
Yeah, it's amazing.
That's wild.
Right.
Yeah.
So the camp is organized by the Embassy of Nepal in Washington, D.C., and they've got some great support
Okay.
from local Nepali organizations,
Got it.
like the Nepali Association of Northern California.
Oh, yeah.
We're talking NNC,
Of course.
and the Non-Resident Nepali Association California chapter.
Gotcha. So, everyone's coming together to help this happen.
Absolutely.
That's great.
So, imagine if you needed to travel all the way across the country just to renew your passport.
Oh, man. That would be a nightmare.
Right. This camp is like a lifeline for a lot of people.
Yeah, it's huge. It's not just like a convenience thing either. It's like people need these documents to
Exactly.
maintain their legal status, you know what I mean? Keep family ties strong, even just to be able to travel back home if they need to.
Absolutely. And it's not just passports either. We're talking power of attorney services,
Okay.
a whole bunch of other services are right there in San Francisco. So I guess the question is, what are these consular services anyway?
Yeah, well, think of it this way. If you're living abroad, right, it's like you're linked to your home country.
Hmm.
All the essential things, visas, legal documents, assistance if you run into issues.
Right.
All that stuff can be so difficult to manage if you're far away,
Yeah, it's true.
especially with language barriers and just the bureaucracy of it all.
It can be super complicated.
Right.
And the numbers are really striking here.
Oh, yeah.
Over 700 applications.
Wow.
And on the first day alone, they served 200 people.
And it's only, what, a 5-day camp?
Yep.
Wow.
They're on track to just blow past the 746 people they helped back in November of 2022 at a similar event.
That's incredible. I was reading about Rishi Dakhal.
Yeah.
He's the honorary consul general of Nepal for California.
Mhm.
And he was saying that people were traveling all the way from San Francisco to Los Angeles
Yeah.
just to go to the last camp,
I know, it's amazing.
which really highlights the need for this in the Bay Area, right?
It really does.
Yeah.
And even Sharad Rajaran, who is the acting ambassador,
Right.
he's been weighing in. He's emphasizing that the government is committed to bringing these services
Okay.
directly to the community.
see.
And he's even hinted at extending the camp
Oh, wow.
just because the response has been so huge.
That's great to hear. But it kind of makes you wonder, is this just a Band-Aid solution? Shouldn't there be something more permanent in the Bay Area? How do we make sure that these services are consistently available?
Yeah, it's a great question.
Right.
And Pratish Karki, who is the president of NNC,
Yeah.
he's expressed his gratitude for the camp.
Mm-hmm.
But he's also said that it needs to be extended
Totally.
to make sure everyone who needs help gets it.
Yeah. It's great that they're extending it.
Mm-hmm.
But what about the folks that couldn't get a spot in those first 2 hours?
I know.
How do we make sure that everyone has equal access?
It's a really good point.
Right.
When the demand is so much greater
And the capacity.
than the capacity.
Yeah.
It's a tough situation. It really shows the challenges of,
Oh, yeah.
providing essential services,
For sure.
especially for immigrant communities.
Yeah.
It's not just about offering the service.
Right.
It's about accessibility
Mm-hmm.
and making sure no one falls through the cracks.
Yeah. I mean, what's so interesting to me is the impact
Yeah.
of this camp. It's not just about paperwork. It's about people being able to exercise their rights,
Mm-hmm.
maintain those connections to their homeland,
Yeah.
and just feel supported by their government.
Yeah. It's pretty amazing.
Yeah.
But it's also, like we were talking about,
Oh, yeah?
it's a huge logistical challenge
For sure.
to manage this kind of demand. It takes serious planning and resources.
Yeah, the embassy is going to have to think carefully about staffing logistics
Mm-hmm.
and, like we were saying, possibly making this more permanent.
Right.
It's a good problem to have, but still a problem.
It is. It is. So I want to leave you with this.
Okay.
What other kinds of essential services
Yeah,
could be offered this way
that's a great question.
with this community-based approach?
Yeah, what about healthcare, legal aid, education?
Yeah, exactly.
So many possibilities.
Right. The possibilities are endless.
It's really a whole new way of thinking about things.
It is. Meeting people where they are.
That's what it's all about.
So how can we advocate for these kinds of models?
And copy the ones that work.
Exactly.
Right.
Something to think about.
It is.
That's our deep dive for today. Hope you found it as interesting as we did.
Yeah, it was a good one.
Until next time, stay curious.
Keep those brains buzzing.
Absolutely.
See you later.
Bye.